Hello, Robot Odyssey fanatics or DroidQuest fanatics. I am going to show you a little bit about the Android version of DroidQuest that I have been working on. The original game, is the code is fairly good for code that was originally in like 2003, I think. So it has been a lot of work, but not as bad as it could have been. So. Uh, let's just start off by just showing a little bit how it's controlled the uh, um, on Android. So on the original game, it used keyboard and lots of different keyboard keys and arrows and the mouse and stuff. So everything has to be adapted. So you can do a single tap to go to a particular location. You can swipe in a particular direction if you just swipe, and that'll make you go until you stop. That is the only way to exit rooms because you can't tap on the edge and actually have it go from room to room. You actually have to swipe, so you go like that. So, in addition to swiping, there's a bunch of other uh, finger controls that I've added. Um, but in order to do them, we will need to actually have some robots and stuff. So well, the tutorials are not completed. The tutorials are full of references to keyboard keys and stuff. So I've been going through, and I have to add graphics for like the pinch to zoom gestures and all that stuff, so that it's obvious how it works. But let me just start the game. So all right. So you can read the text, or you can just walk on. So you can see the all the robots are working. I actually had a number of times where I had difficulties with this because one of the big issues I had was loading of files. File loading in Android isn't done quite the same way. There's a lot of issues with where files are located in Android that weren't an issue in the original one. But let me just stop them from moving around. Turn it off. Oh, I guess it's still a bug. It defaults to having the remote off, but as you saw, the remote was actually activated. So I'll have to fix that. All right. So in order to go into a robot, you unpinch, and then in order to leave, you pinch. So it's just the zoom gesture. Zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, or you can leave by exiting the side either. That works too. In order to pick up stuff, I initially did a long press, but I found that while playing, I would sometimes accidentally long press when I was doing other stuff. And I didn't want to increase the length of the press just because it would be, it just makes setting up circuits and stuff a lot more difficult. So I did two finger press. So if you, hmm, well, we may have another bug here. That was, I had it, oh, it's just because I was just in the center. Oh, all right. Well, I think there's going to have to be some fine tuning there still. Yeah, it's working fine now. Is it just because it was up there? Yeah. Hmm. All right. So, you pick it up by just using two fingers, the two finger press, and it is, well, I don't know. I did it a million times earlier today, so I don't know why it's not working right now, but hmm. All right. Well, that's something I'll be working on. So, but let's actually continue the game here. We want to move all the robots into this one robot. I'm fighting my instincts here because I just recently changed it from long press, so I'm still trying to. I keep trying to long press. Oh, I got to do the key. So let's just go in there and. I have noticed that thing too on the edge here. that is it was already there in the original one, and I'm not sure what causes it yet. So let's go over here and all right, now here we show the zoom in. In order to be precise, you can use this zoom in method to, it allows you to very precisely do it. This is particularly helpful with circuits because you can be pixel perfect in how it is set up. Now we left the robot right in the middle. We left the robot right in the middle, so weirdly it just doesn't show up on the screen. It is still there. So I think there's an extra strip on the right side in between rooms or something where you can put stuff in there and it just is not visible. But all right, so the next thing you do in the game is you need to find the black crystal. This is something that I didn't even know until I watched a walkthrough video for this. I actually completed, or I got up to past level 4 and did not even realize that this was a thing. So it's barely even a spoiler given that you can actually get past the game. I don't even know how you accidentally find it, but so the black crystal. Personally, I think the fun part of the game actually doesn't even start until level 3. Level 3 is where you have to do some serious um, uh, uh, circuit development. I was thinking of looking into this too. For some reason, messing around with bots when they're slightly off the center doesn't work either. I just seem to be tapping thing here. So, oh, let's verify this is working here. If you go inside, and we can see over here that it is the circuit that the crystal detector is there. So if we turn it on, let's go in and disable the movement first. It is disabled. Well, alpha software, folks. It is. This is definitely. Yeah. Anyway, the. Yeah, swiping definitely needs to be fixed. So anyway, I may trim some of that out from the video, but you can walk around and see and it should detect it as soon as the. These initial levels all have initials in them, which I believe was initials of the original creators of the game. Ah, so somewhere in here, we have the crystal. There it is. So, yeah. Well, yeah, so let's put it over there. You know, the long press is definitely smoother than the head. I don't know, maybe I'll switch it back. Oh, got to pick up circuit number 1. Yeah, it's that thing where it's off screen again. I think this is the end. Yep, that's it. So this is the thing where you need to use the black crystal. Let's go in there and grab it. The Empire. See, the Empire just got zapped. So the Empire is no longer alive. Guess we didn't even need to drop it. Last time I dropped it down and let it touch it, but I think I may. There's all kinds of things in here like the distance of the swipe that you zoom in and out, and I think it's clearly a little too narrow because it's doing very. When I'm doing double presses, it's actually counting as a pinch gesture, which is not right. All right, so here we have the first use of the robot. And let me see, which was it? I believe it was. Um, I believe it was this one. That's the first one. Let's go on there. So let's go in there and see what it's like. First, we need to activate it, and then it's going to, yeah. As soon as we activate it, it should just head on down there. There you go. Oh, yeah, it's going this way. So the grabber was activated, and this robot comes with the grabber with an automatic wall walking thing where it walks around counterclockwise. So handily, that is how if you walk down there without it, it will let's grab it now. See, like if I walk down like this, oop, see, it won't let you do it. All right. Okay, so that's the basic intro of how it works. Let's do one last thing here. We show the rest of the icons on the side here. So let's go inside here, and we can, if we hit the question mark up in the upper right, you can go to a help screen. I have not updated this one yet, I think, so it may not be as helpful as it could be. But, this is where the original one that was there. Tap anywhere to get out of the help screen. If you tap the house in the upper right, that'll jump you back to the main menu. Do not do that because it doesn't ask you for it, which I probably should have a do you really want to go to the home screen there, but um, save often. So that's crucial in this game because there are a million ways to get into an unwinnable situation in this game, and you not only do you want to save often, you want to make sure you have lots of different saves. So if when you so you, this first disk icon with the orange arrow going in, that is the save one. The one to the right is the load screen where you just click on whatever you want to do when you click on something and hit load, and it'll load up that level. So that now we're over here, and both the save and the load screen can be used to delete. So if, for example, we want to delete level1.save, which is the one we just created, it is, isn't it? Yeah, level1.save. Then you put your finger on it and you just press and hold until this pops up, and then hit delete. I'm going to hit cancel. So just again press and hold it. Yep, brings it up. So that works in both save and load. The other icons in here, this is that one right there is the guy, so we're already the guy. And you saw the remote activation. This is the remote button on the right. It just activates and deactivates the remote. This is how you switch into the soldering mode, the soldering gun, so that you hit these buttons to go back and forth between the two modes. If you need to use gates, then you can go anywhere you want and just hit the suitcase thing here. That will open up, bring a toolkit to you, and you hit it again. Shows you the toolkits. Then let's just drop it. Then you go down and let's say you pick up an AND gate here. I really need to fix that before I do more videos. So you grab that, drop it down, and then with the once you've gone to the soldering gun, you can use the zoom in, and this allows you to precisely see. Now you do it right there, boom, you're looking right at the so you're looking right at the particular location. So it's red to create the wire, green to remove an existing wire, and then maybe we attach it over here, and that actually landed on the spot. But let's say we want it right on that wire right there. Now if we did it again, the green, you can see the soldering is green. That means you would be removing the wire if you click again. That's the double finger click. And the rotation, this is the flip button that flips the wire back and forth if you want to. And if you have something in your hand, then you can rotate it like that. The rotation button. And that's all the basic controls. Let's hit the home button. There we go. We're back at the home. And you can go over and look around. That's me, the DroidQuest Android report with Jeff 42, 2017. And these are the other folks that were there already. So yeah, it's a good start. Obviously lots of work to do on the interface and everything, but I am pretty happy with the way things are going. I have spent many a lunch hour so far actually trying to play through the game, and found a few bugs here and there other than the ones I already knew about. And yeah, it's getting there. I can get to the train in level 2 is the last point I stopped at. But it probably works much further than that, but that's where I have tested it to so far. I've had to play through the game multiple times to that point just to verify that everything was staying good. All right, but anyway, that's what I have for now. I hope people are interested in this game and will enjoy it. There's a lot of stuff in here about. It's basically very much like was it Space Chem, or you're programming with gates, but you don't need to be a programmer to get through at the very least the first 3 levels. Certainly, the 4th level I think anybody can get through if they are determined to learn about how to do it. Being a programmer already probably helps, but since I'm a programmer, That's the way I would think anyway. But I've read online of people who've actually played it and they weren't programmers. So it's a very fun logic game. And the beginning part, it looks a little primitive, but the logic, the way the game works, the need to make the robots do what you want using gates and stuff, it's a lot of fun. And I will very much enjoy getting through the game while playing on Android on my phone and whatever. All right, thanks a lot. Talk to you guys later.